Welcome to the behind the scenes video of live at the Rooster Room sessions. We are just about to go live in 2 hours, but by the time this video is up, you can click here to check out the entire show. So I just wanted to walk you through a little bit exactly of how the video setup is, and then potentially Omar, when Omar gets here, he can walk you through a little bit of what we're doing on the audio side. So every camera is on a different setup. This one over here is on a tripod. The one I'm currently using right now to record this will be using a shoulder rig.
You started a YouTube channel?
And Keegan's is on a gimbal, and there's a specific reason for that.
So we decided to put this camera on the gimbal because of the eye autofocus in this camera. It's amazing. So it was just a no-brainer to appear. Let me show you. Even like, it's pretty dark now too, and it's working, which is crazy. I feel like eyes can be super far away and small in the frame, and it still kind of just grabs the eye.
Autofocus makes sense on a gimbal because he's going to be doing a lot of in and out motions.
And I need to use both my hands on the gimbal, so I can't reach over and grab this focus ring.
Whereas Kayla and Nicole are going to be doing more circular motions, so focus is not as vital for them. Each camera is outputting HDMI and then converting through this Blackmagic HDMI to SDI 6G box to an SDI cable. All the video cameras come together in this box and everything is processed outside of the computer. However, audio is being processed by this guy, the RME UFX, and both of these come together in a software called Wirecast. This is the software we're using for the live stream. On top of that, Wirecast can also add a few title cards such as Scratch Takes Presents, Spatial Soul, and all the credits. Once everything comes together in Wirecast, we go live onto the YouTube channel. During the live stream, I will be switching using this monitor over here, and the camera operators will be able to see what's happening over there, since we won't be able to communicate during the live stream because we're all in the same room as Julian. What's up, Julian?
So my setup is like any Ableton setup, you know, gets a little complicated. You kind of like start really simple and then you add things as you go along. Essentially, I'm doing a mix of playback tracks and like looping. On this side, I have my MacBook Pro, which is running Ableton Live. And here I have Ableton controller, the APC40. It's the first generation. Essentially what this does is I'm running it in clip view, running Ableton in clip view, and this mirrors what's happening in Ableton. So I've taken a lot of my songs and I've cut them down into 5 sections. Section 1, intro, build, drop, breakdown, and outro. And then I can kind of circle between the different sections. I can turn things on and off. Here I use this to like change the instruments I'm playing. So I record arm, like what that way I don't need any hardware synth or Rhodes or anything. I can get all of these sounds which are on separate channels. I got 2 channels for guitar. One channel is to do kind of just a simple loop. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this, and that's going to create okay. I've got the click running here. Obviously in the live stream you're not hearing it, or ideally you have it in some kind of in-ear monitoring system. And then I can kind of start switching in between the scenes, right? Then let's say I want to add like some keys over that. Right? Now I can bring kind of my drums in. And now I got kind of my loops, and then I can start adding bass line. Bass lines on this channel here. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm getting a channel for every kind of loop that I want to create, and then I can kind of control all of them. And that's essentially the setup.
We've got Ricardo Morejon and Omarin Miranda from La Busa Producciones. Would you guys like to walk us through your audio setup real quick?
Yeah, for sure. Basic through, this is the main piece of everything was happening about the audio, was splitting all the signals from here. We have like 2 different systems recording at the same time. Some devices over there, I don't know which serial is.
Mix Pre 10.
Mix Pre 10, and we have an RME UFX Plus over here. Running Pro Tools. This is a standalone recording piece. I have this piece of equipment nicely for Julian track, a couple of shallow deals. Mackie. From here, we're sending signal into this RME that will be feeding the live streaming audio, and from there, like sending into there, we have the signals coming to here, and like mixes with DC headphones. Would like to have someday a couple more.
Are you sponsored? Why are you sharing this such specific?
I wanted a sponsorship. Okay? Call me.
See, it's nice, all my duties got taken care of in advance, like making the title cards and all of the Photoshop work, graphic design, so now I'm just chilling.
Keegan, would you like to explain the frame rate issue we had?
Sure. We realized the problem with this EOS R camera is that the HDMI output only outputs a signal of 60 frames per second. The GH5 outputs on the HDMI whatever you set the frame rate to within the camera. The EOS R doesn't do that. It like outputs everything at 60 frames per second, even if you set the internal frame rate to 24 frames per second, or actually 23.98. But we realized that you can change the cameras, all the cameras, you can change the internal operating frequency from 23.976 to 24 exactly. What happened is we changed all the cameras to 24, and now they're all happy. And now the Blackmagic video mixer is happy because all the cameras are sending the same frame rate, and we're good to go. So now it's super cinematic. All it means in simple terms is that you can change the frame rate of the camera from 23.98 to 24 frames per second. Simple.
And that's pretty much it. That is the behind the scenes of our first Rooster Room session.
Fries is like the dessert to the sandwich, you know?
Dessert is lava cake.
Without the need of sugar. Right? That's great.
You can, but a lot of people have dessert after eating fries. So does that make fries also
Well, I have
double dessert?
I have dessert while eating.
Or you
fries.
could just take your fries.
I dip my
it in
fries.
milkshake.
No, and
That is a
ice
thing.
cream.
I know.
What if you deep fry your fries with after you wrap you put
And then
sugar?
drizzle chocolate on them?
Yeah, sugar. No, you don't. Okay, I don't know. Don't put that in, please.